Lift the trail leg. Rotate the hip in a small way. Get a good result. Yeah. Hello beautiful golfers, welcome back to the channel. Today let's talk about the 4 most common mistakes in chipping. We have, first and foremost, the blade that runs over the green, gives us a world of trouble, shatters confidence, as well as the chunk, the duff, the chili dip, where we hit so far behind the ball that it's a wonder that it even comes off the club face. So if we want to change that pattern to something more simplistic where we just go back and through towards the target, we're gonna have to take a look at our mechanics and see what's right and what's wrong. So what was the difference between that shot and the other 2 shots, which one was okay, one was terrible, and one had a really good chance at making 2? A lot of it had to do with my setup before I even hit the ball. So for people who blade the ball, what tends to happen is their weight tends to hang back onto their trail side. And if you set this club up like this, what's gonna happen is it's gonna travel upwards. And if it's traveling upwards, that leading edge is about to hit the equator of the ball and send it flying. So since we don't want to do that, we want to prepare our body by leaning a little bit more on the lead side. A great drill would be to simply hit a few chips only on your lead leg. Balance will be an issue, but if we can overcome that and just really feel over 90% of our weight on that front leg, we can make really good contact and get a result like that, which will ensure that we're gonna make 2 or 3 from around the greens. The second way that people blade the ball is usually with no body rotation. Yes, you can use wrist in your swing to provide more or less spin or change the trajectory, but it usually is accompanied with some body rotation. So if I only set up to the ball and I only hinge my wrist up and down with no body rotation, I will take the leading edge and send it into the equator of the ball, which we don't want. So I would like, as a drill, for you to place your club under your lead armpit, take your grip, and just get the feel that you're a small windshield wiper. Just 20 degrees left, 20 degrees right, and that's the smallest motion you need to hit the ball solidly. You can go bigger, you could go 45, you can go 60 on either side, but without this rotation, solid contact is going to be very troubling. So for the bladers, we're going to want to get the weight on that front foot, have the body rotation so we can get solid contact. And even if we get our landing spot wrong, at least we're somewhere inside 10 feet where the next putt has a very good chance of being made. For my chunkers, they tend to struggle with body tilts. Ideally, we would like our spine neutral or slightly leaning towards the target to promote hitting down on the ball. Too many times I see a driver-like setup where the spine is tilted away from the target. So if my sternum is 2 inches behind the ball, then I am going to hit 2 inches behind the ball. We want to feel as though our trail shoulder is slightly higher than our lead shoulder. So I would get in a mirror and just feel that one side is a little bit higher than the other. So for lefties, that's going to be your left side, and for righties, that's going to be your right side that is higher. And when we do that, when we preset that motion, you can see now that I have an intention. Oh, he plans to hit down on this ball and then rotate on through. And that low point gets right below or just past the ball. Take all those results any day, because those are inside 5 feet, a very strong chance of making 2s from this spot to that one. Chunkers also tend to have their path too far from the inside. What that means is if we had a line parallel to our target line, so I'd say that's pretty much parallel to it, that this club would come to the inside of this line. And that's fine on the way down in a full swing to hit a draw. But what's gonna happen in such a smart shot, I'm gonna hit the ground because this club is traveling very low. So I'm gonna come in here and either gonna have a result like that, or I'm not really gonna get that contact that we're looking for. So ideally, for a path that's more neutral, more straight back, straight through, the way I would set this alignment rod is, how do I set up my club for chipping? Place it about 3 feet behind the ball and just inside. And now, I'm forced to go straight and out, and then through and out. So if my alignment is good, this ball should go right to the target. And it promotes very solid contact because your torso has to make the effort to turn this way, and then it will turn that way. And now I can confidently turn through to my target. And although I got the landing spot wrong, my direction is, and my contact is correct. Those are the 4 ways you can mistake-proof your chipping. As always, stay close to the channel for golf-related content. Until then, have an amazing week.